Mike will say the same thing. Everything's scenic.
But I don't
Might even be historically scenic.
Well,
Depends on how old you're willing to admit
I
you are.
define history as my history. Everything since 1954.
You've talked me about keeping history. Yeah.
It's good to know when modern history started.
Well, most Jamestown was just started the day they moved to Jamestown. Yeah.
Most? All.
I know.
The other part of that sentence is to the bay. Are there other historic scenic views that are not to the bay?
I think we talked about that under,
like Shoreby Hill.
historic and cultural. We do talk about historic landscapes. Is that kind of covered? Yeah. Should we keep it as it is? Is there a consensus? Okay. Okay, let's go on to the second 12. Anything 12, 13? Yeah, 13, Nancy just wanted to separate it into two different sentences. Do you support preservation of heritage trees on private property? Question mark. Heritage trees are defined as trees or a stand of trees. Yeah, and it continues, so I have no issue with that either. 14, you have a second 14? 15?
Oh, I just had a question about the lead-in for the conservation of open space. When you're defining the total permanently protected land is approximately 1650. Does that include private property that has conservation easements?
No, it's not. No, it does not. Yeah, that number has not been quantified. No, it just includes publicly owned land. Although it does, I mean, if you, it includes the farms, which have large, acreage of easements on
So
it.
like
Those are publicly owned, but
Like Medina Farm.
Medina Farm, Neal Farm, even Watson Farm,
It's included in this 27%.
it's included in that, yes, that's correct.
So
But-
that's not what the next sentence says, though. The next sentence says that this includes public and privately owned.
Well, that would include all the farms, yeah. It does not include land with just conservation easements on it.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Can we define the farms as being, say, owned by nonprofits, something like
But
that?
they're not.
But they aren't.
Right.
Well, the Historic New England is a nonprofit, isn't it?
Yeah, but,
That's the only one I think that's owned by a nonprofit.
well,
The land trust.
And also Audubon would be considered a privately owned protected land. The Historic New England is a privately owned privately owned protected land. So it did, I could just say that it just does not include individual easements on properties, maybe something. If it's important to say that, I don't know.
Well, I don't know how.
I don't think it would change the acreage significantly.
Well, I guess that's my question. Is it
I'm guessing we're talking about 50 acres maybe.
what other ones are excluded from
Things like, just for example,
Stearns Farm, the easement along the water?
okay, and also Cedar Hill Farm goes all the way back down to North Road. That is, the land trust has a conservation easement over the wetland area there.
So it's privately owned, but it's just a conservation easement?
Right. The conservation easement that was put on Highland Meadow, the subdivision Meadow Lane,
And then
that's privately owned.
And then
That's
above Summit, the watershed area, wasn't there a conservation easement on that area too?
That's land trust property. That was like, what, 25 acres?
something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that's
So-
included or not. I'm trying to think that was done after the last comprehensive plan.
I think the Rampeach's property
Yeah.
talked about.
I guess we've tried to get numbers from the land trust.
Yeah.
What you own?
I think it's on the website.
Is it really?
Mm.
All right, we'll have to update that when we do the comprehensive
Yeah.
plan, but I wasn't intending to
It's in
do
the
it as part of this
promotional
question.
literature, I believe it's on
Oh,
the
okay.
website.
I think the idea is to give people a flavor of how much land is under trust. I mean, it's one thing to
Right.
say that 2% of the island is under trust versus 27 versus 50.
Yeah,
You know, that's, you know, whether it's 27 or 29 or 23.
I think that's the difference that we're talking about
Yeah,
here, which I don't think is
that's really
significant.
critical, but
Yeah,
knowing that roughly a quarter of the island is already under some kind of restricted development,
yeah,
Yeah.
I think gives people a flavor they need to answer the question reasonably.
yeah, that was the intent.
Yeah. Didn't Justin, in even in 2 pieces, actually do all that?
No,
Okay.
he does not have the land trust information.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has the wetlands overlay though, which is also sort of, well, quasi-undevelopable.
Yeah, we use that in the build-out analysis.
And they also used it in the property appraisal assessments,
Okay.
from what King Gray told me.
All right, is everybody okay with the way that's worded?
Well,
This includes public and, why don't we just say permanently protected lands? No, but you wanted to separate it last time, which is why I added public.
yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that if it's not a significant number, that it doesn't really matter.
Or maybe we say, and most privately owned protected lands.
Yeah, I'm just thinking ahead here, because the Audubon Society also owns a couple of lots.
That's all included.
It is
All the
included.
Audubon's, yeah, is included. Because they own it, generally own, everything they own outright is included in this number. Yeah. They are a partner in several properties with easements, but in general, we own the property. Okay. Question 15. 17.
When you get down to 16, I just had a question. Jamestown, with other state, federal, and private partners, has protected 500 acres of farmland. You're just talking about the farmlands, right?
Just agricultural resources.
And that is included, that 500 is included in the 1650?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Correct. $18. Change that one up fairly significantly.
Yeah. You did change that now. Do you think that there's any possibility there that's going to concern some of the people who are members of the Grange if we're not careful about, you know, what kind of farm stands are allowed and what, you know, because now we're talking about regulating farm stands.
Well, that was always the intent. I mean, when we purchased the development rights for the 2 last farms, the intent was to basically develop a retail sales ordinance to help them.
Right.
Because it's not defined right now. And so that is, you know, basically Fred Brown saying, you know, yea or nay, it may or may not fit the ordinance. And so it's very ambiguous right now. And so it really would help them to define it. Otherwise, they're kind of stuck in zoning limbo until somebody figures out how, you know, let's say a proposal came forward for, I mean, something similar to Highland Farm at the time. I mean, we wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And it, you know, even if it was all things that were grown and raised on the premises.
What's Highland Way?
Highland Farm on Route 1 down in South Kingstown.
Why don't farm stands fall into the same black hole as helicopters? Because they're not mentioned, are they, anymore?